It takes a special kind of self-absorbed person to not only fully come out and own up to being part of a crypto scam, but also to call people stupid for falling for it. Fortunately for everyone, Boogie2988 is a very special creator. Just when everyone thought Boogie's reputation couldn't get any lower, he does this, and, as usual, tries to manipulate the situation to make it seem like he's the victim. If you used YouTube at any point in the last 20 years or so, then you definitely would have come across Boogie2988 in one form or another. He was one of the very first creators on the platform, and he made his name playing an angry, raging character called Francis in his videos. When that era of YouTube passed on, Boogie just ended up doing a variety of things that kept him relevant for the most part. Mostly negative though, because after people started to see through his nice guy act, he started to unravel a bit and become a little bit unstable, often lying, contradicting himself, and pandering to garner sympathy from the public. Boogie eventually gained a reputation for being an unreliable narrator. Every now and then, he would also say some really weird things.
Obvious truth that I would never verbally or emotionally or physically assault anybody. If you're stupid enough to think that of me, then I can't help how stupid you are. Like, you can't teach physics to a dog. And if you're someone stupid enough to think I would ever verbally assault somebody, I can't teach you physics, you know? Like, you're just gonna have to believe what you believe, you know?
5 minutes later.
What I'm saying is there are people out there, little douchebags, little kids, little shit faces, little fucking whatever the fuck you want to call them, and they fucking little pricks, little ball sacks, little faced pieces of shit, whatever you want to apply to them.
His most popular controversy is probably the one with Frank Hassel. Things got so tense and out of control that Frank eventually turned up at Boogie's home to make fun of him. The whole thing led to Boogie firing a gun in a school district, which landed him in county jail.
This is my home. You are not welcome here. You have threatened my life. I'm asking you to leave. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to fire a warning shot.
Fire it now!
Okay.
Fire the warning shot now.
Apart from that, Boogie's been known to overindulge in crypto and has lost huge amounts of money as a result. The story there is that he invested a bunch of money into cryptocurrencies, and they went down for a while, but they eventually came back up and more than tripled his investment. But instead of withdrawing his money and being grateful, he mainly just bragged on Twitter about never needing to work again. He left his money in and randomly started investing in other coins like he was suddenly an expert. The result is that he ended up losing all of his money and he returned to his audience to ask for more. When people said that he should get a job and start earning money honestly, he said this.
When people tell me to go get a real job, it makes me laugh because I'm not going to go work harder to make less money. That might be your choice. It definitely ain't going to be mine.
All of that leads us nicely to 2024 when Boogie once again became involved in crypto, this time helping to promote a meme coin called Fatty Coin. He put out a meme video on his channel, advertising it to his community and encouraging people to get in. In the video, he mocked Andrew Tate by playing a character that was a parody of him.
Discipline it took to create this body? Do you have any idea how many carbs you have to ingest to maintain this kind of mass? But it guarantees that when people look at me, they don't see a threat. Myth number 2. A man must build an empire to have any true worth. Haram! That is haram. True happiness comes from the simple things in life.
Now in this video and on his Twitter, he maintained the narrative that the coin was definitely a joke and that it's basically a scam and people should not buy into it. He's only advertising it because he believes it to be a genuine, easy way to create a community with his fans or other fatties. He maintained that it was only meant for the crypto bros, and because he lost money on crypto before, he wanted some of it back.
Listen up, all you top G's. There's some misinformation being spread around right now by certain influencers, but I'm here to tell you the truth and the hacks to help you break free from the matrix so you can be a brokey like me. Now listen, you may know there's certain myths that are being pushed on you to keep you in the rat race and enslaved to certain disciplines. But I'm here to dispel those myths for you.
But what Boogie may have been failing to realize here is that even if all that is true, It still is morally wrong and a serious crime, especially as revealed later that he would be earning as much as $10,000 for promoting it. The coin was most definitely a pump and dump scam, as evident by the several pump and dump schemes the website pump.fun had run prior to the Fatty coin. Despite this, Boogie played it by deliberately creating ambiguity on what the coin was while also admitting to wanting to take advantage of it.
I talked to a lot of crypto experts from CoffeeZilla to just basically nobodies, and some of them said it's a pump and dump, some of them say it's a scam, some of them say I'm a piece of and some people say, hey, it's just a thing that everybody's doing all the time. So I'm at a bit of a crossroads. I can do what I always do, which is tuck my tail, shut up, and die of cancer.
And despite saying several times that it's just a meme coin that nobody should invest in, you can still find him encouraging people to raise the market cap on it to over $1 million. He's openly unapologetic about what harm it could cause to himself and others because he claims he needs the money to pay for his rent and his treatment.
Now, the entire YouTube community has its eyes on our tiny little stupid meme coin. For some reason, I think we should use that. They got mad when we had a 30K market cap. Imagine how pissed off they're going to be if you guys decide to get it to $1 million. In fact, we looked up some of the wallets that were trading this stuff, and there's no reason you guys, just the ones who traded it on day one, couldn't get it to a $10 million market cap. CoffeeZilla would have a seizure. Mudahar would be so mad, he would come over here and shoot me with cancer. All these trolls that have been following me ever since you were watching me as a kid and harassing me and sending boxes to my house and showing up at my front door, doxing me and swatting me, they would lose their minds. You've got an opportunity to get a bunch of autistic incels riled up, and all you got to do is trade a meme coin. And you know what? If we hit $1 million market cap, I'm actually going to sell my coin because I could use the money. Because again, the whole reason I did this is I don't want to lose my house. I want to pay my doctor to fix me. Is that so wrong?
The internet didn't have much sympathy for Boogie, however, as several other creators weighed in to chastise him. Mudahar in particular didn't hold back, saying, "It's kind of funny how you're trying to flip this. You knowingly operated with scum to rent out your audience for peanuts and have no shame. You use your cancer to victimize yourself and deflect your incredibly shitty behavior. First time I'm rooting for the cancer to win." The scam itself was properly exposed by CoffeeZilla. He revealed that despite Boogie's fake joke telling people not to invest, there was over $3 million worth of trading volume on the coin after launch. What's even more weird is the fact that Boogie was the first to reach out to CoffeeZilla asking him about the coin.
Because he actually came to me ahead of time. It was a really weird story where he came to my DMs before he fully launched the coin. He had just done an announcement tweet saying, hey, you know, at pump.fun, which is the platform he was launching on. And then he said to me, hey, I got a question for you, something like that. And I said, I looked at his Twitter profile and I said, don't do what I think you're about to do. And he said, oh, it's too late. Like, I already spent the money, hospital bills and stuff. So I thought it was really weird. Like, why would you come to the guy who busts scams if you thought it was all on the up and up? Because that's what he tries to say is, no, if I had only known, if I'd only seen ahead of time what this was, I wouldn't have done it. Very strange story, though.
When CoffeeZilla got him on a call to confront him about running a pump and dump scam, Boogie just deflected the question and circled back into saying that he was joking.
Right, but you said before you posted the pump and dump, you said we're going to crush the internet, pump.fun. You didn't realize at that point you're doing a pump and dump, that you're getting paid by insiders to do this?
Well, not really, because again, if you watch the video that I launched this with, the entire video, the entire bit, the entire joke is I lost all of my money in crypto.
And then the first major moment of the video happens. As CoffeeZilla presses Boogie to admit the truth that he could have easily pulled out of the whole promotion when he had a chat about it in the DMs, Boogie says that's not possible because he already spent his payment on treatment.
Said don't do it. But at that point, today it was already too late. The first tweet was out. And
No. There was no contract. There was no video out.
the money's already spent. It's at Mercy Hospital right now. It's gone. I used it to pay debts. I used it to pay medical debts.
And then he admits that he had thought it was a harmless sponsor to begin with and how CoffeeZilla might have changed that point of view. But despite that, He still said that not only would he accept more money from the scam, but would also happily spend it on himself over refunding any of his victimized viewers, even though that would further damage his reputation.
Half of, you said the first half is spent. I don't know if that's true. I'm just trusting you here. But actually giving back the $5K you're going to be making back to the community, locking it, making sure that people aren't going to get hurt further?
No, I'm going to pay my medical bills next month with that last half, and I'm sorry to anybody that's disappointed with that. I have an $1,100 medication plus a $300 medication. I get a bunch of I'm going to buy medicine with it, man. And if people are disappointed with that, I fully understand that. It's a shitty thing to do, and I'm a shitty person for doing it. You can have that opinion, I'm okay with it.
If you've been paying attention, then you'll notice that Boogie likes to use his cancer very publicly as a shield against criticism or a rationale for him making bad decisions. But in investigating Boogie, CoffeeZilla found a couple of contradictions in his statements, especially things that he said on his local podcast, which we'll get into in a minute. CoffeeZilla anyway managed to point out that the dates and the amount spent just don't line up with the records Boogie himself provided.
When he shared what he had, it fell far short of even what I was expecting. He gave me 2 receipts for the time period, one for $154, the other for a copay of $60, a total of $214 by the time we talked. So where did the rest of the money go? Well, Boogie claimed that it was really intended for medical expenses after we spoke, and that when he said the money was gone, he meant it colloquially and then accused me of lying. Wait, that's on June 28th. That's on June 28th. You showed me a payment for $550 on June 28th, which is after we talked, after you told me the money was all gone.
Yes! Have you never heard of the colloquialism? Yeah, that money's all gone, it's all spent. I have a specific thing I need to do with it. Have you never heard that colloquialism? Use Google then. It's very common.
I'm saying...
I'm not used to this level of scrutiny.
So, seeing as the money was still in his account, CoffeeZilla offered Boogie another chance to refund it to his viewers who were victims of the scam. But Boogie responds with a brand new reason why he can't.
Boogie, you need to pay that $5,000 back. You need to find a way to refund. It's not spent. You have $5,000.
No, well, I can't. I won't have mortgage.
The mortgage in question is understood to be paid by his podcast, the Locale Live Show. Only now is Boogie claiming that he isn't getting paid for the month. CoffeeZilla confirmed this with Keemstar, and when Boogie was confronted on the show, his only response was that he was being taken out of context.
Paid from this show. He played the recording because he recorded you.
Then what? Then I understand that. Do you think people can edit things to be a little bit out of context?
Well, if he wants to play that game, here's the clip where Boogie directly says it. He says he's not getting paid. Boogie, you could have gotten through this month without the crypto scam, is what I'm saying.
And I could have not paid my friend back for covering my medical bills.
No. You.
And I couldn't. No, listen.
Well, I've seen your bank statement, so I know.
Because you're ignoring
I know
the
what's
fact
going to
that
happen.
I need to pay mortgage.
Yes, your
on
mortgage,
Monday.
right? Which should have come from the podcast.
There's no more money coming in between now and then.
Which
You
should have come,
understand that?
but it should have come from the podcast. It's not.
Right, because I'm not getting paid this month because I have to travel to do an on-location shoot.
All in all, Boogie had been caught lying again, but CoffeeZilla wasn't the only person who called out Boogie on the whole situation. After Mudahar criticized Boogie for the crypto scam, Boogie responded by talking smack about Mudahar in his Telegram chat, and Mudahar responded in kind.
He posted in the Telegram chat after he ended up having a video from me come out about this situation. He was like, I didn't watch Mudahar's video. How bad was it? Huh, I would recommend that you watch it. Can't be worse than the other 12 he's made on me at this point. Dude has such a weird hate boner for me. Maybe if his wife would put out, he wouldn't be this way. Now, I find it weird when a 50-year-old talks about another man's relationship sexually like that. I mean, dog, at least my wife, is around my age. You still have to go to the daycare for crying out loud. Get out of here, pal.
But at this stage, Mudahar and every other creator's main issue with Boogie is the thing that he claims to be the motivation for all these bad decisions, his cancer. After using it as an excuse for taking money from his audience, scamming people, and not taking any accountability for over 2 years, his cancer diagnosis was finally being called into question. Destiny would appear on the Locale podcast and grill Boogie on the specifics of his diagnosis.
Boogie2988, you are being confronted tonight.
Go ahead.
I am 99% sure that you are faking.
No, don't move on.
You are faking your cancer diagnosis, Boogie. Did the doctor ever tell you, or did he ever say the word cancer?
He said polycythemia vera, which is a form of cancer, as he explained it to me.
So I think it is secondary polycythemia.
Well, then
can you
why
explain?
would he call it polycythemia vera? Why would he tell me that I have hormone markers in my blood that tells me I have polycythemia vera? Why does he order a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it?
Well, if he ordered a bone marrow biopsy to confirm it, it would be weird that you told us that you already had a diagnosis and a confirmation.
Because the markers are in my blood. The hormone markers are in my blood, Destiny.
Correct. But you said that you had received the diagnosis, but now you just told me you got a bone marrow biopsy.
It's a diagnosis, and now we're confirming. It's called a confirmation. The hormone markers are already in my blood.
Yep.
And
so I think
we are confirming it with the biopsy because I'm wanting to do that, because I'm praying to God I don't cancer.
I just don't understand why you won't just go grab a piece of paper and just disprove them. Like, you have all these feelings.
Then Destiny promises to pledge $5,000 to Boogie's treatment if he would be willing to confirm his cancer diagnosis to a private third party, which Boogie refuses.
If Boogie can confirm that he has polycythemia vera, and he actually has like a doctor confirmation of the blood cancer, I'll throw $5,000 towards his medical treatment. I'll make that personal pledge right now.
Boogie's reason for refusing to show his medical records is because he thinks it's the last bit of privacy he has. But when Mr. Mitukor, a man who himself has cancer, showed up on the show and explained to him that he could screen cap the cancer diagnosis and cut out any other information he doesn't want to share, Boogie again refused.
All he has to do is show the internet that he actually does have this, and he refuses to do it.
Well, and here's the thing, because I did a stream, because I had people saying, oh, you're faking cancer, Jim. So I showed my diagnoses and stuff like that. I'm going to guess he's working on a system similar to Epic, which most medical people do. Mm-hmm. You should be able to go right into diagnoses, and it's going to list everything that a doctor has ever said you had.
Yep, I just read it to him.
Okay, and so it lists the cancer there?
Yes.
Okay, so you could screen cap that and just show it. I mean, that's what I did, and then that would be the end of it.
Absolutely. And I made the decision 2 years ago that I would not do that, and I would rather leave the internet than to give the last shred of fucking privacy I have left.
Here's the thing. I understand the privacy argument.
Mm-hmm. I should have never went public with it.
No. Let me finish. I mean, you can redact information. There's no issue with that. But just showing, I mean, it literally is just a page that says patient diagnoses.
Yep.
And then it lists what you have. It doesn't tell you who the doctor is. It doesn't tell you what hospital you go to. It literally just says the disease name.
And I won't be doing that.
But I don't understand why not.
Because he does have cancer. He does have cancer. Yeah, that's going to be the narrative of it.
Boogie maintained that this was information he wasn't going to share, despite much of the internet weighing in and Mutahar himself mentioning that he was willing to donate as much as $60,000 for Boogie to not only clear his name of this terrible accusation, also earn money for the treatment he's always complaining about.
Now, at this moment in time, people start throwing money at him. Now, Boogie, who is a willing to sell his audience for a minimum of $5,000, $10K at best, okay? When given almost $100,000, $60,000 of which put up by me, I was willing to wire it to an escrow account just to get a confirmed diagnosis, because I personally could not believe that I could witness a person who just could not prove they had cancer, especially when they've been grifting off of it for over a year, okay? Listen here.
I think this is
What is the end reason? What is the end reason? There's already.
I would not walk away from my house. I would not walk away from $50K.
I would not walk away.
I would not walk away from an internet career that's going to give you revenue. That's going to. I would not walk away from on these people and proving them wrong.
We are different people.
Yeah, you're being ridiculous.
Jim, again, since we're not live, I can say this. I've been looking for an exit plan for a while.
This is an awful exit plan.
No, it's a.
I think this is.
What is the end reason? What is the end reason? There's already.
I would not walk away from my house. I would not.
That's a discussion for him literally giving up all of that money. Okay, $75,000 to $100,000. All right, literally just for proving the entire internet wrong about questioning a man's cancer, this man's cancer, and he could earn a lot of money, more money, by multiple amounts more than one of these crypto scams, all by the community giving him money. He just proceeds not to do it at all.
The reason in particular why this stubbornness by Boogie was confusing to people was because he's been known in the past to willingly give up much more private information for far less a price. One major example of this is Boogie sharing his medical issues on his own documentary that he put out less than a year ago.
That's wrong with Boogie. Low testosterone, testicular hypogonadism, sleep apnea, swelling due to blockages of lymphatic flow, seborrheic eczema, chronic back pain, protein in urine. That's from kidney damage, folks.
That is everything keeping me alive. We have losartan, tramadol, bupropion, sertraline. Did I deal with back pain? I deal with nightmares. I'm always tired.
At the end of the day, no one can confirm definitely that Boogie does or does not have cancer. Only he can. And if there's anything we've learned today, it's that Boogie, if not outright a pathological liar, is a very unreliable narrator. It will come as no surprise to anyone who knows Boogie that he's since deleted all of his videos promoting the Fatty Coin and deactivated his account, once again claiming to leave the internet permanently, because if there's one thing Boogie2988 hates more than anything, it's criticism.